What's up? What's up? Today's video is on training smarter, not harder, understanding the RPE scale that we're going to rate our workouts in, and then just understanding like the flow of the workouts and the phases that you're going to go through. So let's get right into it. So what is RPE? So RPE is called rate of perceived exertion. And it's a simple 1 through 10 scale that shows how hard you're working in the workout. So at the end of every workout, you'll give the workout a rating from 1 to 10. RPE 1 to 2 down here is very light. It's like you're barely moving. This is like if you're resting on the couch. 4 through 6, 5 to 6 is like you're working, but you can still hold a conversation, but like you're pretty tired. Once you get to like 7 to 8, this is like challenging. You're short on breath, right? You can't speak a lot. Like that's a way to think about it. So when you're doing your workouts, if you're like getting really tired, right? Like you're good effort. Like that's like 7 to an 8. Once you get up to like a 9, that's where it's like very hard, right? Like you are seriously pushing yourself. You know, you are needing to take a break, like you're pushing hard. And then a 10 out of 10 is like you are maxing. Like you cannot do any more reps. You are drained. Like it was a hard workout. You are out of breath. And so you want to think about the scale as we're doing the workouts. And so this is personalized for you, right? Everybody's strength is different. So RPE helps you to figure out like how hard is the workout for you. It protects you against burnout, right? So it stops you from, you don't want to do a 10 every session. You're going to be tired and exhausted and you're not going to get results because your body is going to be so sore. And it tells you when to progress, right? Like weights that once felt like an 8 start to feel like a 6, and that's when you know it's time. And it kind of gives you the idea of like before you go into a workout, you tell yourself like, where am I going to be at, right? And we'll kind of walk through that. And so the number one mistake is like training too light and like never getting to that 7 to a 9, right? That's, you know, some women that I know have told me like when they go to the gym, they just kind of do their thing, right? They don't leave the workout being like, oh my gosh, I am beat. Like we don't always want to feel that way, but we want to sometimes, right? And so if we're never getting there, that's why a lot of progress doesn't get made. And so this is what it looks like. Whether it's a 4-week training, most of the time your training's gonna be 4 weeks. Sometimes it might be 6, but either way, let's pretend it's 4 because that's almost the way it always is. So for every 4 weeks, you're gonna have like usually 3 workouts. So the 4 weeks, you're gonna have the same 3. So it's workout 1, workout 2, and workout 3 for 1 week, right? And you're gonna do the same 3 workouts for 4 weeks in a row. Then they're gonna change. And so think about it like this. The first week 1, right? You're learning, you're settling in. You want your RPE like between like a 4 to like a 6, right? You're going to focus on form. You're going to get comfortable with the movements. You're not going to push yourself hard the first week. Week number 2, you're going to build some momentum. Maybe you're at like a 5, 6, or 7. Now you know the movements, right? You're starting to put more effort. You're starting to maybe challenge yourself with the weights of the band. Week 3, you're going to push yourself harder than last time, right? This is where we want to get to like a 7 or an 8. This should feel tough. This is where we're building strength. We're upping the weight. You know, we're really pushing ourselves. And then the week 4, right, the last week of that first phase, that's where you really push yourself. Like max effort, you try to reach failure. That's where the growth really happens. So think of it like that. Like week 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're slowly pushing yourself more. After 4 weeks, things reset, right? You know, we're going to take what's called a deload week. So after 4 weeks, right, that's when we go easy again. So think of week 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're learning the form, easy tempo, finding your groove. Week number 2, we're adding effort. We're adding more reps. We're pushing ourselves, pushing harder in week 3. And week 4 is like max reps. Once we do that, we take a deload week. So, right, we did 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're into phase 2, right? We're on week 5. We're going to a new phase. So the first 4 weeks is the same workouts. After that, there's completely new workouts. So now your Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are going to be completely different. So we're going to go back to week 1, right? This is a deload week. This is where you take it easy. You learn the new movements, right? Rate that at like a 5 to a 6. Week number 2, okay, you've learned the movements. We're going to start building again. We're going to start pushing ourselves. Week 3, now we really know what's coming, right? We know the movements. We have good form. We're going to really push ourselves now. Increase the weight if we can. Week 4, same thing again, and then it resets, right? Now we're 3 phases in, right? We're on week number 12, right? or sorry, week number 9. You've done 8 weeks now, right? So week 9, we go back to a deload, right? Go easy again, build it up. So over the 4 weeks, that's what we're focusing on is week number 1 is easy, harder, 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 pushing ourselves. Then we take a deload week, because if you go up to an 8 or a 9 and you stay there, your body isn't going to recover. We need to take a week to just go easier, learn the movements, right? So again, like double progression, remembering like if your reps is like 3 sets of 10 to 12, you start at the lower end, right? So say you're able to get there. Once you hit that 8 to 12, then it's time to add weight, right? You add a little bit of weight, the reps fall back off. Maybe instead of 3 sets of 10, you can only do 3 sets of 7. That's perfectly fine. You're going to stay at that weight and push yourself more until you get there. And there'll be a separate training on that. And so remember, these RPE is your intensity, right? You rate this for your workout. Week number 1 of every phase is going to be light. It's going to be learning. Week number 2 through 4 is building intensity, right? And by week number 4, you should be pushing yourself really hard. Then there's a new phase, right? New workouts. That's a deload week. Drop the weights down a little bit, learn the movements, get comfortable, let your body rest. Then 2, 3, and 4, we're pushing ourselves more and more. And that's the process, right? So think of it like this. Weeks number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that progress of pushing yourself and then resting a little, pushing yourself, that is the flow that allows you to not get burnt out. It allows you to progress your body, and you'd be surprised how important it is to rest. So I hope this video helped. Shoot me a message with one thing that you learned. Ask me any questions on that process, and I hope this helped, and I'm looking forward to hearing one thing that you learned. All right, talk soon.